In this section, we're going to look at more of Python's built-in sequence types. We'll start with lists coming up in the next video. Before that though, let's learn a little bit more about what a sequence type is. So we'll start with the documentation. I'll paste in the link. And again, it's in the resources section of this video. So we're going to be looking at three basic sequence types in this section. That's lists, tuples, and range objects. We've already seen some of the most common sequence operations when we looked at strings in an earlier section. Although this version of the documentation doesn't include str as one of the basic sequence types, they are in fact sequences. So what do I mean when I say sequence? Well, a sequence is an ordered collection of items. The word ordered here is important. If a sequence wasn't ordered, then you couldn't refer to individual items by their index position. In an earlier video, we indexed the string Norwegian blue. So that's an ordered sequence of characters. The letter B is at index position 10 and will always return B. When you iterate over a sequence, using a for loop for example, you'll always get the items in the same order. That may seem obvious, so I won't labour the point. In Python, anything that you can iterate over is an iterable. That means that if you can use it in a for loop, then it's iterable. Now that's not a very scientific description, but it will help with the videos in the rest of this section. The accurate definition of an iterable is that it's an object that contains either an underscore underscore iter underscore underscore method or an underscore underscore get item underscore underscore method, which is quite a mouthful. But that won't mean much obviously at the moment. Indexing must also start from 0. All sequence types can be iterated over. And that means all sequence types, strings, lists, etc. are also iterable types. Note that not all iterables are sequences. For example, you can use a dictionary in a for loop, but it's not a sequence. So overall, don't worry too much about this for now. I mention it because the documentation talks about sequences and iterables. At the moment, the only iterable types we're looking at are sequences. But be aware that other types can also be used when the documentation mentions iterable rather than sequence. Alright, so I suggest you bookmark this page in your browser because you'll find it useful to refer to. We're going to start by looking at the first of these sequence types, lists, in the next video.